Hey, hey everybody. It's Poolside Podcast, and guess what? This is that awful episode number 13. And I really don't know what I want to talk about because I just got back to where'd I get back from? Oh, I was in Driftwood, Pennsylvania. You ever been? Yeah, it's a beautiful little place that you'll never go, more than likely, and you probably couldn't find it easily on a map. Beautiful place though. Great little town. I'm not saying nothing against Driftwood. Great place, right there nestled in the blue Appalachian Nittany Mountains, whatever you want to call it. I guess it is the Nittany Mountain Range. But no, it was a big old family event. It was fantastic. All of us staying at the same camp, hanging out. Slept in a hammock one night because, you know what? Hammocks are rad. I don't know if you've ever slept in a hammock with a mosquito net attached to it. It's the best thing in the entire world, I'd say. Especially weather was like 55 degrees at night, maybe closer to 50. And at night, wasn't bad. Really good during the day. Burned off fog about 11 o'clock. Sun came out, beat down on you, 70 degrees. It was really nice. And a movie star was from sort of that area, which is across the Cinemahoning West Branch Creek. On the other side of it is a small cabin where Tom Mix was born. And if you don't know who Tom Mix was, that's okay. He was like John Wayne before John Wayne. He was like John Wayne back when movies were just being made for the first time, which is pretty neat. And I'm going to dig more into Tom Mix because I think that's interesting. And they have one of those Keystone Commonwealth Heritage cast iron signs for him there. And that's pretty neat. I like that very much. So, my ears itch. My ears itch because I haven't worn headphones in so long. But anyhow, so yeah, last week was great. I just want to catch up. This is not going to be a long episode at all, just because of content. It's there. Content is definitely there. But anyway, last week was great. We had 2 different full episodes. Kate and Matt, and before that we had Amanda Sheriff Bollinger. I forget. She has that extra double. She has the extra last name that I always forget about. Who was a rather enthralling guest. I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna follow through. We're going to Monster Mania down in Hunt Valley. That's September 29th through October 1st this year. And monstermania.net, I think, is the address for that, which is pretty cool. You can look up everything you need to look up, all the information. They're going to have a whole bunch of guests. I hear that everyone that's been in a Hellraiser movie is going to be there. And, that's pretty cool. So get your ticket. Do your thing, and, yeah. What is this? Oh, no, no, it is, I think it is, I actually do think it is monstermania.net, because monstermania.com is indeed, monster trucks in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which is pretty cool, still. Monster trucks are pretty cool, yeah. Monstermania.net, so, yeah, run there, check it out. I'll be walking around on Saturday. So I believe that's September 30th is the Saturday. Yeah, because Friday is the 29th is a Friday, and I'm working. I wouldn't be down there till super late anyway. So I'll be down there the 30th with my equipment, hanging out. If you're going, I'll see you there anyway. So I'm sure most of my tattoo artist friends will be down there because you're all such horror fans, and that's awesome. So we'll see you then. On top of that, Poolside is going to be roaming around at Yorktoberfest, which is yorktoberfest.com, and that is October 14th, and that's going to be super fun. Come by, hang out, drink beer, do all kinds of stuff. It's a wonderful event put on by our very latest guests, Kate and Matt, it's over at the fairgrounds, October 14th. 12 to 5 or 12 to 6, something like that. Come spend the afternoon. And I'll be sober, so I will DD you happily. You come on by. I live close enough to walk. I couldn't care less. So if you come to Yorktoberfest, let me know. Flag me down. I will happily take you home afterwards. I will take you home in your car. That's how awesome this is going to be. So I'll be walking around Yorktoberfest, getting on the spot, just on the spot opinions, fun stuff like that. It'll be great. So come by for that. That's super exciting. The other thing I wanted to talk about, there is something that's been dragging against my brain all week, just because I don't hate the York Fair, and I feel like I'm a millennial too, and I feel like I'm just like everybody else, and I don't hate the York Fair. Cool. So I just managed to have to start a second file. Good job, John. Anyway, I don't hate the York Fair, and I'm real mad because I'm your age range too. And I'm just, the negativity that everybody's putting out about the fair, and like people going there to hulk down fucking foot-long corn dogs and just all this shitty rhetoric that's going around. You guys are dicks, man. And that's the thing that's been driving me crazy is that I cannot understand why I don't get along with your opinions, because I feel like I am you. And I feel like the reason I don't get along with the stereotypical negativity towards the fair, which is somehow everybody's a podunk asshole wearing an A shirt, a ribbed A shirt, and fucking cut off jeans, and they're Wranglers, and they got the hat and the southern drawl and the yeehaws and the chew and all that. The stereotypes, the thing that I don't get along with when, the thing that doesn't tickle me when I see all that negativity on Facebook is that you guys are all the same. I'm the same as everyone else. And we can't sit and fucking preach togetherness when we're going to be dicks because people enjoy going to see whoever the fuck played at the fair, or because they saved up all year and they got to take their kid in so that their kid can ride around on the rides and have fun and play games and just do cool stuff. And whether or not whether it's not something you're into, why do you have to be such an asshole about it? You know what I mean? Like, the same old fucking article that was written up on somebody's Angel Fire page gets posted around and around because life's a fucking joke. And it's just so miserable. It's just such misery because it's not even, there's no accounting for the fact that, some kids are going to read it and they're going to hook onto it and they're going to, it just shades the opinion. And the honest truth of it is that we're all the same no matter what. We all need something to do on a Tuesday night cheap, or we need something to do on a Friday night that's fun and exciting and not the same old blasé bullshit. But when you get all holier than thou and fucking turn your nose up to everybody and pretend that you're better than them, it's just the cuntiest thing in the entire world. And I apologize for the language because I really was trying to take a more professional attitude on this podcast. But the amount of disappointment that people have just been becoming, and what I mean is not just oh, it's disappointing to see all this. It's more like to see you stoop to that level at whatever point, to see you just fucking throwing shade on the internet, like to see you become that person is more disappointing to me than the fact that there weren't as many different vendors at the fair this year. I walked through. It was super cool. There was a sideshow. Can't remember her name, but she performed. She's a sword swallower. She's a cheetah girl. She's got cheetah tattoos. Spoke to her for a few minutes, bought her comic book, looked at all the gaffes, which I thought was really, really fucking awesome and hilarious because realistically I had an episode about gaffes 2 months ago, and the Fiji mermaid, which originally was half monkey, half fish. I will make that correction right now. My wife pointed that out to me, but on the spot I had a problem thinking about it. But anyway, same gaffs. We're under that tent. I don't care. I don't care. It's the overall cultural environment of it. It's fun. It's absolutely fun to people watch. It's absolutely fun for me to go on an elk tour in the mountains and make fun of the guy with the giant beard and the Smokey the Bear Resist shirt, and for me to call him a dildo cobbler to my wife. Yes, that's fucking hilarious at the moment, because then I talked to him and said, you're a little too hip for me, and that's fun, that's fine, whatever. And it is different because it's not just pure bile being thrown out there tactlessly, just thrown out there like it's nothing, and then just left out there. And it's just, you're killing the fun for everybody else. And the entire point of the fair is the fact that kids can come in and watch a calf get born in real life, which I thought that was fucking amazing that they're still doing that. And to see kids holding some kids holding a Samsung Galaxy 7 up so he can videotape the cow, so he or she can videotape the cow that's laying there in the straw, and it's, and be involved in the moment without all the constant fucking negative commentary. Somehow it's great. It's somehow it's great for you to be one of the kids in the hall. All of a sudden, everybody's got to make dumbass comments. Like, people were just actually quiet and enjoying the moment for a small, short bit of time, and everything was fucking awesome. That's what gets me excited about life, is the fact that at some point I'm gonna be excited about life. We spent the weekend in the mountains, and I was around all my family, my wife's family. They're great people. They're super fun. I do have a problem with crowds. Even a crowd of 19 is too much for me. I know I'm too cynical. I know that I'm too cynical. I can't handle myself sometimes because I push my own misery on myself so hard that I can't stand to be awake or alert, so I just go to bed. But I don't want to be that way. I don't need to be that way for anybody to know what I care about or for anybody to know who I am as a person. I don't need to keep doing that. I'm fucking 32 years old. This is exciting. Apart from the fact that cyclically, the conversation here on Poolside has gone from me having some auctioneers on, one who works with the with Elk County and the elk conservation group that I just gave money to so I could ride on a wagon to see elk out in the wild on their preserve. It's really cool that Al told me about that. I didn't know they were Colorado elk at all. And then whatever fucking serendipitously, couple weeks later, there I am in Elk County, Benezet. I'm on top of a mountain in Benezet in the back of a wagon, making fun of a hipster, looking at Colorado elk or Rocky Mountain elk, and I learned, late 1800s was the last time there was a kill on a Pennsylvania elk, and that was the last known Pennsylvania elk. I know that now, and that's super fun, and that's really cool. And those moments are the reason that I know those are the moments I like to celebrate, because I know that I can get cynical and I know I can be miserable. I could be miserable all I want, but it's not fucking getting me anywhere, and it's not making us better as a species to just be dicks to each other when all we want to do is be nice. And I had some asshats at a winery up there making fun of me. I got called a homosexual, etc., etc., because I have giant holes in my ears and tattoos on my knuckles, on both sets of knuckles, because somehow that makes me, according to them, that makes me a homosexual who is obviously poor and, paying for my house in cash or whatever. But reasonably, that's the kind of dumb shit that would make you feel just fiery on the inside. It would make you throw your flag up and be an asshat to everybody. But you don't have to be that way. So I was mad at everyone for being dicks about the fair. And I'm not really mad at the rednecks for making fun of me at a fucking winery. Because we're standing in a winery. And I'm sure they're super cultured enough to buy a bottle of wine named after some moose or elk or whatever. I don't care. I feel sad for them more than anything. I feel sad for them because their view of the sunset is only at the base of the tree. And mine could be too. Or I could sit inside the mouth of the cave and not do shit. And just idly waste my time going to work, coming home, paying my bills, watching TV, doing nothing, looking outside the mouth of the cave, wondering what's going on with the world, or just passing judgment on what's going on with the world, idly from my fucking pedestal on top of the mountain that I've made in my mind. Or I could just walk outside. And I felt bad. I felt terrible for those people at the winery because they don't go outside the cave. That's not what they're there for. They're there to just be dicks and call a stranger gay. Which, speaking of, I know political correctness and all that bullshit. Stop doing it. Stop fighting it. Just don't be a dick to people. Pure and simple. Just let people be. There's no reason. There's no reason to fucking force nonsense on people. I don't care which way you slide politically. I don't care which way you slide on any subject. Just stop being a dick. It's that simple. Anyway, so yeah, as the cycles turn, so whatever, got called something stupid in a winery. I don't even know I was in a winery. Oh yeah, because that's where the Benazet Coffee Company is, and you know what? Basic white girl or not, pumpkin spice is my shit this year. Pumpkin spice coffee, I'm there, dudes, 100%. But sincerely, really consider how to be a better human before opening your mouth about how bad other humans are. Because we're all part of the same species of primitive asshole, and we just need to accept that fact and move on with it. And we could probably get some stuff done. We could probably make this a better place if we would just be way cooler to each other. Anyway, this far in, still have no idea what the relevancy of the word poolside is to this podcast, but I did take a really good picture next to a pool once, and that's kind of why it stuck. Still have no idea what direction I'm heading in. I don't even care. I love it. It's so much fun to do this, you guys. Seriously. Everyone that listens to this, we're almost at 1,200 downloads, actually with video. With YouTube plays, more than likely over 1,200. I stopped counting. I don't really give a shit. It's awesome. I'm stoked, you guys. It's been a long week. I'm dead. I'm sure you can hear that in my voice. It's season change. I get the flu right around now. I'm fighting it. But no, I'm stoked because I get to look out. I don't get to just look outside the cave. I get to walk outside the cave and go on hikes and stuff and go walk up mountains. Because mountains are cool. Mountains are cool. I just don't get into them. You know, I don't like that whole being cut off from everything. You know, like the solidarity of it or whatever. That doesn't tickle me. I'm not a big hunter either. I'm totally cool with it, though. I love conservation. I love Cameron Haynes. I love dudes who are willing to go out and do that kind of stuff. I got to chop wood this weekend. Dudes that have to chop wood, you guys are heroes. It was super fun, though. I split a bunch of a tree fell on my uncle's property, and they had it cut into whatever quarters, and I was just splitting that with an axe, a couple of axes. It was rad. It was a fun time. Made me feel super manly. Yeah. Nothing like cutting wood. Nothing like burning wood. Whatever. Wood. So anyway, I don't hate the York Fair. I just hate people who hate the York Fair. I don't even hate people. I don't want to use that term anymore, honestly, as an adult. I don't hate things. There's no reason to. I just don't find interest in them anymore. And that's okay. We can do stuff like that. We're all willing and capable of making that decision. So, anyway, sorry I just breathed into the mic. Breathed in. That is the correct verbiage because I was breathing in. And that's what I was saying I was sorry for. So, Anyway, I do have off Wednesday. I have not exactly confirmed it yet, but I do believe the bat conservationists are coming down this week. I have to double check that as soon as I get off of here. I will be sending out way cool, way important introductory messages. I'm trying to get some more guests on. I'm trying to get way more involved with downtown. Katie and I had an idea on the way up. Katie Smith and I had a wonderful idea on the way up to the mountains, which was seeing what we can do to assist in the Coats for Kids drive that's going to be happening here very soon for the city school district. So we're going to try and do something with that, and you'll be hearing more about it. Anyway, yeah, I didn't want to leave you hanging because we have some super great motivation, some super great momentum going on with the podcast. I keep saying we like it's more than just me. God, what do I have? Multiple personalities? Probably. Anyhow, there's some great ideas coming with the podcast. There's some great stuff coming, and there's an awesome amount of momentum. So if we can, keep telling your friends, keep doing all that fun stuff, that'll get people to notice. And once people notice, we can get, who knows? That'd be cool. I'd be super fun. I'd be super duper okay with being able to advertise and then drive all over the East Coast exploring people and things. Exploring people is the biggest drive, I guess, for Poolside. I like exploring life. It's a fun thing. Like, people are so distant, even though we're so interconnected. And it's just nice to actually sit down and crack open that window and feel the breeze against my face. Anyway, I started a new novel too. So whatever. It's been a good weekend at least. Tell all your friends, invite them to do whatever. Let's hang out. All right, and I was gonna say, you might be hearing from me tonight anyway. So, because I might need guests for Wednesday to fill in that time. I took a day off work, and I will have a solid 16 hours of recording time available. So, I mean, if we could fill that with guests, that'd be awesome. It'd be rad. I don't know if I could handle a 16-hour session, but I probably could. I'm Superman. I'm super awesome and into this. Like, I do get into that. Like, I spent the last 2 hours roaming around the house, cleaning up, trying to avoid coming up here to sit in front of the microphones and talk. But once I did, I was so happy to do it. It gets like that, and I understand that. So if that's your hang up, don't worry about it. We'll get through that pretty quick. And, so come on the podcast. Everybody, God, reach out. Send me a message. Send me a message on Facebook personally, through Poolside Podcast on Facebook, or at Poolside Podcast York at gmail.com. Send me a message. I'm looking for everybody. Oh my God, I went to the Wolf Sanctuary too, and I will be following up with Michelle from the Wolf Sanctuary. I'll be dragging this out to hang out with wolves, which is awesome. One of these weekends. It was fantastic. It's out in Lidditz, not that far. So, anyway, we'll be seeing you guys soon, Wolf Sanctuary of Pennsylvania. Wave to you like you can see me. I'm very excited. So, I need to find a proper title for this episode. But, it'll probably just be episode 13. Hanging out with John Smith. Woo! All right, see you dudes.